Welcome to ESI, your go-to online news channel for power and energy across Africa. Today, I'm in conversation with Mark Nderitu, who is visiting us all the way from Kenya. Mark, how are you doing?
Very well, Mr. Mediasi.
Good.
Thank you very much for the invite. This is such an exciting, eye-opening, and wonderful session that's bringing together so many CEOs from this continent. I think it's very invigorating to realize that we all want to move in the same direction as a continent and make sure that power and energy accessibility is there.
Awesome. So let's go into the crux of the matter. Just give us the lay of the land. What is the complexion of the power and energy sector in Kenya?
Kenya, to start with, I want to relay my greetings from my boss, the PS for Energy, who really have wished to be part of this conversation. You remember last year, but one,
Yeah.
he was part of the keynote speakers.
I remember that, yeah.
And the conversations went down very well.
Yeah.
So accept my greetings and to all attendees. He wouldn't have managed to be here, but he was excited to hear that I'm coming down here.
Sure.
As for the landscape of energy in Kenya, Kenya is such an interesting country because we've been blessed with so many resources that tap into energy. For example, we are well known to have one of the biggest geothermal reserves. We also happen to have very good wind tidings in that side of this continent. Currently, we have, I think, 30 megawatts wind power, 330 and thereabout. And of course, we also have hydros that play the biggest part in power generation. Recently, we've seen quite a good uptake in solar. We've seen many players, especially the private players, embracing solar, and of course, in partnership with the government, solar is also coming in as a key component in energy supply.
That's good. That's good. So where are the challenges, you think, if we are talking to investors or any other people watching this video, where are the challenges in Kenya?
The challenges in the energy sector mainly, I'll start from generation. I think based on the evolution of, let's say, for example, the solar energy, we've really not gotten there yet, especially on storage. So we really have a lot of instability when it comes to dependability on that source of power. However, there's a lot of concerted effort to make sure that we get there, and I'm seeing upcoming projects. There's also that element that we should have a storage as part of it, so that we don't disrupt the grid, because we've seen most of these clean energy solutions, we have that disruption when we don't have backup for storage.
Yeah.
The other challenge that we've encountered is mainly on vandalism. This is a big challenge that I've had even other speakers talk about today. I thought it's not a unique, I've just realized it's not a unique challenge to our country.
It's all over.
You find we have vandals who want to steal these copper wires just to sell as scrap. However, the government has put in place strict policies around scrap metal selling, just to make sure that we have a back-end protection against infrastructure by the government. I think the third one mainly is on funding, because the government right now is very, very deliberate about having connectivity go to the next level. However, you realize that energy projects require a lot of funding. They're quite intensive on energy, on financing, but we have embraced, or rather the government has embraced the idea of PPPs. Recently, the government spoke about having the main transmission lines given out to private players as PPP, so that we're able to bridge the gap between the ones who are connected and the ones that are not, and even to stabilize the power connectivity.
Sure. So what progress is being made in terms of connectivity? What's your connectivity rate, and what are your targets to achieve universal access, for example?
Thank you for that question. Once again, I think energy is one of the key pillars for the current regime, and they have done quite well, especially even from where I sit in the institution that I oversee. We are at about 70% connectivity across the country on average,
which is good. Yeah,
we have a very ambitious target to reach 100% in the next 5 years. That's by 2030, and I can tell you immediately that is, given the kind of focus that the government is putting on that front, it's very achievable and doable, because every other day there's quite some financing and resources that have been channeled by the government to make sure that we achieve this.
Thank you very much, Mark, for sharing those insights. I know this is a brief interview, but it's always good to have those small insights from the region. And thank you for joining me today.
Thank you very much.
So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you subscribe, like it, and share it with your network. Until we meet again, thank you and bye for now.